And in this section, I will show you what I make for my breakfasts. It's not my everyday meal, but I have it at least twice or three times a week. So here I got some spinach, a lot of spinach, steaming, and I'm going to grab my spatula to mix it in a bit. It will reduce in size quite a bit. I have my mushroom and the mushrooms, and I have my scallion. So the mushrooms I'm just going to slice. I'm gonna lean this over a bit. Okay. Okay, just rough slices. And I'm going to place it, into here. Now, I want to make some room for it so that mushrooms actually fry a little bit. So far I haven't added any oil, but I probably will. I will add a little bit of everything seasoning. And actually I make this myself based on Trader Joe's ingredients, pretty much, except for poppy seeds. I don't add that. So you can see how already reduced in size it is for the spinach. And now it has plenty of space for the mushrooms. So while this cooks, I'm gonna grab another bowl. Here I have my 2 eggs. 1 and 2. And I will grab a couple of, add a little bit of salt, and start mixing it. You can see these are local eggs that I buy from a lady in the neighborhood. I keep watching this so that it doesn't really, oh, that happens also. Okay, I'm gonna take another set of chopsticks. I love using chopsticks for a lot of things. Okay, so like that, nothing crazy. And then last thing what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the scallion from my garden. Believe it or not, my garden is still alive. Well, this is the remnants. This and my jalapenos. I have a ton of jalapenos and they're so spicy. It's almost anytime I add them to the salad or something along those lines, it's a bomb, really. Very spicy. So I added scallion in here and just mix it in like that. Alright, next thing, I'm gonna grab a plate. And then this has significantly reduced in size. The mushrooms are fried a little bit. Now I'm gonna get my cheese. Hold on. I get a little bit of cheese, not much, because cheese has a ton of calories, and if I eat it constantly, this causes my cholesterol to go up. So for everyday meals, I'm going to just slice just a little bit. Okay. This should be enough. And I use this from Aldi. Great cheese. Okay. Next thing is I'm going to take my plate, and this is still okay, and put all the spinach and stuff in here. And then I will, there hasn't been any oil here, so I'm going to add the cheese right on top of it already so that it starts melting. Okay, and then I'm going to add olive oil into the pan, probably about half a tablespoon at most. And just spread it out a bit. You want to get rid of the spinach that was stuck to the pan. I'll just get rid of that, more or less. You can't win them all. Okay, and now this is where my eggs go. I'm gonna just scrape all the remainder of the egg. Don't want to lose anything because these eggs are amazing. If you have a chance to get eggs locally, do it, because they are incredible compared to store-bought. Rinse off my, you can see that it's already melting, which is great. That's exactly what I want. In the meantime, I'm going to put this back in the fridge. Okay. And this is recycling. I'm going to put it in. Okay. All right. And for eggshells, I compost all food waste. So this is perfect. And the reason I do that is, for sustainability, but also to for my soil in the future, because it creates great soil. And you know what's in it, right? Because you're composting it. So I'm going to add just a little bit of pepper. I don't like things very spicy, but a little bit of pepper didn't kill anybody. Okay. All right. Forgot to wash this chopstick, so I'm gonna do that now. Grab a towel. Clean towel. And now our eggs are almost cooked. So I am going to grab my favorite spatula. It's one of those silicone ones. I love them. Look how easy it is to lift the egg. I'm gonna do that. Just doesn't come out great every time, but this is good enough. And while it's still hot, I'm going to add my seasoning on one side of the egg. Not seasoning, but the filler. And I'm gonna turn off the stove heat, and I'm gonna flip this over like that. All right. So again, minimal oil, but we need some oil, especially for these cast iron. And that is what my breakfast is going to look like today. like that. Now that I had my meal, it's time for a bit of a cleanup. So, need to wash this. I made chocolate on it, so let's do that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the larger board. Just using a regular brush, no oil, no soap. I sometimes use soap on these, but I find that hot water does the trick for the most part, and I don't want to remove all the oil that I've put onto this board constantly. It's already cracking in some spots. Okay, now I'm going to switch this around, and I want just to wipe the counters, nothing major. And I'll use my usual vinegar and water solution for really anything. So, it's still hot a bit, so I'm going to put it here. And the stove I just wipe. Usually, I don't clean it using the specific cleaner every time, just because I don't want to do it. And I rarely use any other products on the counters, like bleach or anything like that. I know some people like using that, but I'm not one of them. All right, and then we're gonna switch things up and do this counter right here. All right, ran out of my towels, so I'm doing some laundry. Okay, and here again, literally just going to Okay, this one is done and needs to be washed. Last part is just the sink. So in the sink I do use occasional bleach, but because I have a septic system, I don't do it frequently because it kills all the good bacteria in the septic system. So, but a good way, if you want to disinfect the drain or anything like that, is to, okay, some leftovers. I'm just gonna put it in my composting bin. So what I was saying is that what I do is I buy some vinegar at Walmart, and when I know I'm done pretty much with I just put it down the drain and leave it for a little while. And that's my way of disinfecting the drain. So, and one other thing that I want to do is I made this thing. I mixed in almond butter, hazelnut butter with some cacao and a little bit of sweetener, dates, and oats. I think that's it. Oh, no, and coconut. And I made the bottom part, and then I took some of the dark chocolate that I had, melted it, and poured on top. So I know this is not a healthy solution to anything, but consider it candy. But now this candy needs to be sliced and packaged. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to do it. I don't care how accurate this is, but let's see. Okay. Chocolate is breaking. Oh, no. That's all right. Tempered. Can't go wrong with chocolate. Okay. I wonder what I could have done with the chocolate not to break so much. All right, well, not the most elegant, but that will do. And these snack. Look at this. Not bad. Not bad. You can try it just a little bit. Yeah. Chewy. Sweet, but not overly sweet. You can taste the coconut, which I like. Yeah. Chocolate came out great. This is not a low-calorie food by any means. But if you're looking for somewhat of a healthy dessert, and you can moderate yourself. That might not be me, but we'll see. This is not a bad option. A lot of the recipes that I create, because this was without a recipe, just kind of like, what do I have to make dessert? They just come from the ingredients that I've got And I've had this almond butter and hazelnut butter just sitting around for a while. I feel like if I don't use it, I'll need to freeze it, or I don't know. Okay, I need one more bag. So I decided just mix some things together and make this. Okay. Delicious. And this is good dessert. Can't last me a while. But it definitely is not low calorie. Just because of the nut butters. There isn't really much sugar in it. Just from whatever. So I got the hazelnut butter from a grocery store a while back. So I'm not really sure if they must have added some sugar to it, but that's the only sugar that's in it. Look at this. Leftovers? Absolutely. Delicious. Anyway, I'm going to try and freeze one of them, see how it does. And yeah. I just picked up the mail to see if there are any Thanksgiving deals. But I'm not seeing a ton. I've been trying these microphones out, and I like them so far. I feel like the voice, it captures the voice better than a phone microphone. And they're so easy to use, portable. Okay, all these doorbusters. Tractor Supply. Academy. Not seeing anything. It's all the same stuff. Wayfair. Do need a different couch because this one, I think I got it 3 years ago, and I only got it because it was very cheap. It was $150, brand new, from Wayfair, but it's super uncomfortable, and it reclines with this coming down to make a bed, so it's functional but very uncomfortable. Wayfair, Black Friday up to 80% off. Kind of hesitant to buy from them a couch again though. Might go to my local store. I also buy things used most of the time, but with the couch you just never know. The smells specifically, not very convinced. Nothing too exciting. It's fast food. Okay, all these really, you could get furniture there as well, but I don't know about the quality. We do have some discounted items though. Really nothing interesting. my mail was not very interesting either, so it's one of those days, I guess.